I knew I wasn't wrong when I said I got to get out of Dodge here at 2015. The only thing is an orange individual kind of slowed my plans down, but I wasn't wrong. Cause you gotta have foresight sometimes. Like you gotta be like, what are the idiots? What are the idiots in the city doing exactly? Right? Anyway, okay. All right.
So now we're live now. We're getting live.
Yeah. James, are you ready?
I mean, I guess so.
Nerdsy, are you ready?
Listen. Oh, go crack. Yeah, I think I'm ready.
Delnadro, am I ready? I was born ready. James, take it away. In a world where...
Oh Lord. Oh, that was a wicked segue. You sound confident for the world, and you just pass it off to me.
Oh.
You know, it takes me weeks to figure out what my world will be.
Okay, pass it back. Okay, hold on. In a world where 300 million is what FIFA is asking for, allegedly, so that Toronto can host games of the World Cup. But who's going to pay that exactly? Is it me? Is it Z? Is it James Pastor P? Is it you? This is the vent, man. I'm one of your hosts. Del Najiro. Got my other host here.
Hey, the Nerdsy.
I got my other host on the phone. Here in spirit, but physically somewhere else in the city right now.
Jay Hunterville.
Jay Hunterville.
Hunter Belly. Yeah, I'm out here. Hi, y'all.
Now, before I start cussing and slobber flies out my mouth, how's everyone doing here?
I mean, I'm a little nervous right now. I have a show later to get to, so we're gonna get there. But otherwise, I'm pretty good.
You pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
James, how is life treating you?
I am getting whooped, bruh.
What by who?
I'm getting my work.
Oh.
It's a good thing, but like, they're just taking everything from me, like my dreams. They're just whooping me, or they're beating me up. I'm getting jumped by overtime. I'm getting slapped by taxes. I'm getting gut punched by bills. And I'm holding it down. And you're in a video and it's like, fight back! And you just get jumped. That's basically what's going on.
Wow.
I'm okay. I'm a stand tall like those anime characters that get beat up and is that all you got? And then, you know, they count of hands and the man's just trying to get back up on his, you know, his legs.
So you're like Captain America. You say you got all day.
Captain America until, I don't know, something comes in from my intercom saying on your left. Maybe a pandemic. Anyway.
I mean, that's what they predict next year, so they say.
They're trying to promote it like it's like their brand new thing.
Like
they're promoting that like it's crazy. Pandemic.
Wow,
they're trying to tell people to go back and put their mask on.
Yes, I did hear about that. Yeah, but then Metrolinx dropped the barriers, and there's no more hand sanitizer. So
where did all the hand? We throw it on the garbage. The garbage. What did you do? Why did you do that? This is ridiculous.
Why couldn't I don't know why Metrolinx can't maintain it. They're just like, nah, just remove it.
Nah, man, they'll get their money back. I heard the TTC takes debit now.
They finally caught on with a lot of people who've been doing it for 5 years or more, and they do take credit and debit now. Me though, I wouldn't put my card near that machine, but that's just me. I'll hit the Presto, but putting a credit or debit on a TTC machine? Nah, man. No way. They don't have good IT.
Yo, next thing you caught like a quadruple fare. You gotta fare for the whole bus ride, the whole day. Everybody's tapping on your thing. And you're like, wait, hold on. How did this happen?
You see?
You know what I don't understand? Can I be honest with you guys when it comes to like, Interact and these companies and stuff? They're so easy to like take my money from a purchase, right? Especially these online stores.
Right.
And things like this. They take money from my purchase, but let's say I want it back. Either if they messed up or there's a 30-day return fee or something.
Right.
Why do I gotta wait business days? Huh?
They make you wait a long time. Like 8
Why am I
business
waiting
days,
for
10.
you?
One time a customer cussed me out about that, and I have nothing to do with it. Cause like you take you take my money so quickly, but to give it back it takes so long. Hey man, I don't control the money. You gotta haul at someone else.
Yo, a lot of these people need to understand.
Like I don't handle that. Like,
Y'all need to understand.
What?
The customers that work there are not the people that you're like. They don't have your money. They just work there. So you're getting mad and wanting to fight. Fight the manager. But even the manager, you shouldn't fight. You see what I'm saying?
you should,
They're just trying to get through the day.
you're literally
They
trying
didn't
to
want to work. Sometimes you gotta have that understanding. Like they didn't want to work that weekend. You know what I mean?
right.
They're just trying to get through the day, and we have to be nice. And it's another thing if they took their toll on you, trying to disrespect you. You know what I mean?
Right.
But other than that, like, sure.
Now, speaking on taking out days, what's going on with this city? What's going on with this country? Are we in free fall right now? I said free fall. Pardon me. Free fall. Is there a big uncertainty that you guys seem to feel?
A lot of bubbles. A lot of bubbles.
A lot of bubbles?
How would you explain that? Explain that. Explain that. Explain that. 'Cause
What a bubble is?
No, like, where you guys coming with this? Because,
Oh.
now that I'm not really, well, I am a Torontonian at heart, but,
Don't act like you don't understand.
I don't experience
You
such
moved
things.
from Toronto so you can be a Bramptonian, okay?
Okay, I am not a Bramptonian either. I am just a human being, just like you. Okay?
You understand our problems just like anyone else.
What the hell? What's going on over there? I understand the problems. I understand the problems. I just do a better time at ignoring them.
Yeah.
But sometimes I can't even do that.
Not everyone has a mayor that could afford their whole entire city, okay?
Yo, what a mess, man. Like, I don't... Yeah, the previous mayor,
Yep.
which my belief, by the way, I don't...
Well, honestly, when I
Right.
looked up how much these guys actually have, net worth wise, I was shooketh.
They got investments, man.
Shooketh.
They got family names that own a lot of stuff. Like,
Gosh.
there ain't no, like, organic, like, this person's a mayor, they work hard, work through the ranks. Rarely that happens. Most of the time, no. Get that fairy tale out of your minds, people. Most of the time, the person's tapped in,
Yeah,
right?
very much so.
There's a big deal. Wait, sorry, what was that?
No, man, you may be right that there might be some type of cult gang thing. I remember they tried to say that this is. What do they say? All the presidents are related. They're all like cousins or something like this. You hear about this?
Yes, I have heard about this.
I've heard that repeatedly. Blood related, like a third cousin, this and yeah.
That is utter madness.
Apparently Trump is not related to any of them, which
That's probably why.
that's
So, but you see, when things like this happen, and you hear stuff like that, I don't want to sound crazy, but
okay.
who's the real villain?
Who's the real villain?
You know what I mean?
So we have
Like
the
when you
music in the
hear
background.
certain things,
Yeah.
and then it's like I don't know. Like, and the problem is, even asking that question, they're gonna be like, "Damn you, what the hell, heathen!" You know what I mean?
But okay,
But
heathen. Okay.
the question is a question.
I mean,
Who is the real villain?
who is the real villain? At the end of
Like,
the day, there's probably no one or everyone. Because, you know what's so crazy? I was actually explaining this, but explaining it from a religious standpoint. That's the perspective I was explaining it from. But to make it as, what's the word? I can't remember the word right now. To say something that's unreligious. To make it as that.
secular.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
To make it as secular as possible.
You got that one.
Yes.
I can help you there.
It was basically saying that everyone is basically playing out their story. And in their story, they tend to be the hero of their own story. So anyone who is not in alignment to what the storyline is supposed to be would be considered the villain.
Okay.
So if somebody else, to me, if I am the person who says I stop or delay something, in their storyline, they had a time schedule to receive something. And I am then the villain because I'm obstructing them or holding them back from something.
You're stopping my goals.
Right? But then the way that somebody treats me every time I drop off these packages, and the day that I actually don't have their package on time, they treat me like shit. So they are the villain in my story.
I mean, where's my package? I need it for today, and here you are strolling in. I need it for today at 12, and you come in strolling in
Right?
at 9 p.m. in the afternoon. You ruined my day.
What's the matter with you, huh?
Right?
Just get out.
All types of slurs, all types of things. Like,
Oh, jeez, you went straight to slur.
You just became a dark cloud, a very dark cloud in my
Right?
room.
Wow.
but just like that, it's like when you ask the question, then who's the real villain? It kind of is hard because in everyone's story, the person who seems to be oppressing, obstructing, stopping, not allowing, or having the allowance for too much is really the villain.
You know what I started to realize who the real villain is? Is when they have you engulfed in fear. Like for something, let's say I see the sky is blue and they say, no, the sky is red. You did not know that the sky is red? That part, I feel like that lock has people in a twine. You don't think that's okay?
You
Like, hearing stuff like that will have you in a lock, like, oh my god, no, I just don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? And that may be true. But you just pick a side and shut up. Don't question it. Don't say anything. Because if you question it, do not, you know what I mean? That's just the world we live in. You know what I mean? Now, I'll say now.
As of now, that's the world we live in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could have been the world that we always lived in. It's just that we're now more aware of it.
Which is, yeah.
We're kids. What would we know about the world? We were not really interacting in it. We were just playing in it.
We're literally just playing, like...
Right? Whatever our parents could offer is what we would get from the world. But now we're older, we are actually interacting with it. So you actually see what it is or what it's like.
Right. Which comes to the subject now. I sent something to the group, and
crazy.
in that post, it's on Reddit. I'll probably link it in the description. But this person broke down bar for bar what is wrong or the issues with Canada. Bar for bar, they broke it down. Now, some of the stuff I glimpsed, it makes sense. Like, okay, you have a housing problem, there's not enough houses, there's not enough affordable houses.
Yes.
But yet, the goal is to have immigrants of, like, coming in 500,000,
Yes,
a
at a
million,
higher rate.
yeah, per year.
And that's also because the reason why you are needing more immigrants or higher levels of immigration coming in is because you're dependent on them for labor. And the reason why you're also dependent on them for labor is because those who are born here, who have citizenship here, are not getting or creating enough children. So the amount of children and the expansion or the maintenance of the actual population is also decreasing. So because there's a there's a decrease in your per capita per birth rate, that also indicates and also hinders your labor and also transpires in your profitability because you're not creating what you need to create in order for you to sustain and maintain your country. So this is why.
Right.
But
You just let out a sigh there.
it kind of goes to the thought of like there was no foresight to think that you may expand as a
That's
country.
cities too, but yeah, as a whole, like
I mean, like
Yeah,
I
you
need
could
to,
tell from the cities. You could
yeah,
tell from
like
the cities, like just by the road.
right,
I'm like, you didn't think it was gonna need to. You didn't think you're gonna need a bigger road.
yeah, like you didn't
No,
think that the cars would turn in from one car to like maybe three.
and then all these people are gonna be driving.
Yeah,
And I have
it's like on
uh,
every. Well, sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm just saying now you have traffic every day on the 401.
Every day.
it's just like it's crazy. Like even just the commute to go from one place to another, it's like wild. Like why wasn't the expansion made? And then on top of it, then we're also fighting the queen's ground or the king now, the king's property that cannot be touched, or do we have to send in a request form
Wow.
so they can approve whether or not we can start building in certain areas?
Is that even a thing for real?
I want to know. That's what I want to know because we have the Greenbelt. We can't touch it because it's for what is it? Land acknowledgement.
Right.
So Aboriginal people have said you cannot, no matter what happens, this area you cannot touch.
Right.
But we started building in certain parts of it.
Right.
So right there, we're trashing and ignoring a lot of Aboriginal people who are also part of the fabric of this country.
Did that actually happen? Like that? Like I keep hearing about this agreement. That's the scandal that's going on.
Yeah, that's what one of the biggest scandals.
I heard about this, but I didn't know what the reason, what the cause and effect was. I don't know anything.
Yeah, because they said natural resources. There's a group. There not a group. There's the actual belt, which is across Canada.
Right.
That is designated as sacred land. So because it's sacred land, nothing can be built there. Nothing that is all these things. There's just rules as to what you can and cannot do.
Right.
And with that being said, they started developing on the Greenbelt. But there's other places aside from the Greenbelt that they could build in and develop. But they're just not doing it, which is wild.
Which doesn't make sense, yeah.
It's like, why? At this point, it sounds like you're trying to taunt people.
Okay.
They told you don't do it. You already agreed not to use this space. And then now you're basically taunting people because you said, okay, yeah, cool, I'm not going to. And now everywhere else you can touch. But you decide, at this one place, this one tree, you can't touch it. But you can touch everything else in this space.
That's, yeah. And even, what I read a tidbit of how they didn't show the correct lobbyists or something out, like they didn't register who the lobby or who the developers were, and they're kind of like,
yeah, even housing, like why don't we, there's just so many things I have questions about. Like why don't we really enforce or like celebrate trades more in Canada, especially when we are a trades country?
I've been hearing for the past 7 years how we need tradespeople. Now, as a tradesman on the phone, do Is the industry starved?
Yeah.
Is it starved for talent?
Do they need like what they are requesting?
Yeah.
They do. They
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
need workers. But the thing about it is, they need. The problem is, they need workers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But another thing is like the younger, like the way I see it, it's like I can't put the blame on the younger generation all the way because sometimes they have the smartest way of getting work done efficiently and effectively.
Mm-hmm.
But there's certain ways that it's just the grit of the job that a lot of people just don't want to work. A lot of people don't want to work.
I don't believe people don't want to work, yo.
A lot of people don't want to work.
I don't
Like a
believe
lot of people
that.
say they want to work and they see the money, but when you have to bang nails all day or like really work to get your money, come home dirty, sweat, or go back on the TTC, and like a lot of people just don't. A lot of people don't want to work.
I don't believe that.
Also, another thing is it's not just a like it's a skill trade. You know what I mean? So like you have to learn. Like it's not easy to just jump in if you don't have any experience, right? It takes some time to get to where you're going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like as much as people are like, yo, I'm just gonna go do a construction job and that's it. It's like, bro, it's not that easy. That's why in the UK, construction is like in universities apparently.
Really?
You know what I mean? For a reason, because it's like, you know, we still use Pythagoras theorem when we have to over here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not thinking. I don't know. I do believe there's a shortage on workers, so they say. I think there's a shortage on good workers.
That's yeah.
I think that's the big thing. It's a shortage on good workers. It's not a shortage on just workers. It's a shortage on good workers. There's a difference between a worker and a good worker. I'll say that.
Hey, some people gotta pay their good workers. Like some people, like they're really like.
And that's the thing. A lot of people don't want to pay their good workers, but you know that's a whole different politic in itself, right? That's a whole different battle.
Yeah, because you don't want to. People don't want to. I mean, then that becomes a whole thing, right? If you praise this one more with the incentive of money, then anyone else is gonna be like, oh, they're gonna fake the funk, or why do you think higher rates of plagiarism exist? Because people are gonna want to cheat.
Right.
And of course,
I'm gonna tell you this.
as I said before, with my numbers in a classroom.
You should bear people.
I'm gonna say this: with skill trades, you can't plagiarize that. You gotta go out there.
You gotta
go out there and swim.
This is very true. You can't, right? You get fired the next, or maybe on the spot.
And then the man will looking at you like, well, what's the matter? You'll get an immigrant, maybe one of those guys that was an immigrant, just got the housing citizenship, and they've been in Canada all these years, looking at everybody because they never. There's some guys that have a grudge. You're Canadian, and you don't know how to do this. You have all the lanes I never had.
That's interesting.
Like, there's people like that out there. It's crazy world still. It's I don't know, man.
I think it's because they're not doing what they're supposed to do, like as a passion. Yes, I understand what you're saying. There are some people who don't want to work. Yes. Mind you, those same said people are also the same said people who were bred in the system. That's probably it. They only know being on the system and not working. We have that here in Canada, or we have that here. I could definitely say we have that here in Toronto, and we definitely have it at higher rates of it in Scarborough. So,
yeah,
because I've definitely seen it more there than I have seen it in Toronto.
Like people just like
they are on the system. They are not going anywhere. They don't plan on doing anything. Nothing. I've seen people who are in housing here in Toronto and still go and work. But people in Scarborough, nah, that's not a thing.
That's wow.
They say
the attitude is completely different.
So I heard.
So it's
I don't know. I'm not sure everybody's like that, but that's.
I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying from the ones that I've experienced, the ones in Toronto who are on housing or on Metro housing, reduced pricing on housing, any type of like where the government is supporting you. I still see those people still go and work. They still actually have a job. They're employed.
Right.
The way I see it, I think there is. Um,
But yeah,
um,
I just think it's passion. People don't go to the jobs that um, they actually don't go to the jobs that they want to do. They just go for the jobs that they have to do.
To pay bills.
Yes.
I wonder if there's a way where the city can implement like you know how you have Madame homes? No, not Madame. What's it called? Frig. Homes of Humanity. I think it's called
Okay.
Homes of Humanity. When you know you have to help build the house or help do something into the house before you get it.
Oh, okay.
I think if possible, Toronto or Ontario, I don't know if they want to put money into that, but they should put money into like, you know, if people can't get a house, like there has to be some way that like you can help somebody's get the skills to make money here. Stop, like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like there's a way that we can somehow put in programs where people can get educations that they can fend for themselves and get housing and stuff. I don't know.
But
I
I
think
want
I'm
to sell.
asking too much.
But
Never mind.
But this condo that's coming up around this area, it's $2 million. I got 10 of those. I need to get that money back.
And nowadays, these condos are not even going up. They say, yo, this is how much it is to really do. You best reconsider this.
Really? It's like, wow.
You know what's also funny?
That explains what I'm seeing a lot.
But you know what? That also says that a lot of people. Well, I've been saying this for a while. A lot of people don't actually know the price of living. They don't know Canada's price at all.
Yeah.
You know, and then on top of it, not a lot of people like actually know anything about financial management or economics, which are two of the biggest things that are definitely needed here in Canada.
Right.
So if condos aren't going up, who's to blame?
There's a lot of those signs you see where it says Toronto developing, or I'll link a picture in the video. You guys must see it, where it'll say Toronto, and then it'll show the structure, and then it'll say this will have 20 stories and 50 bike park, and then 70 cars.
I don't know why.
But it's on like, see, when I tell you, like, okay, the neighborhood we grew up in, right? Mm-hmm. You got one at our old, right where the library is. Mm-hmm. That whole strip, all that's gonna be gone. Mm-hmm. By the time we're like 40, 50, 60. Mm-hmm. Probably on the other side too, all that's gonna be gone. Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't. Every time I hear this stuff, it just.
For those that grew up on Eglinton Dufferin, that where the McDonald's is, which is now Indian restaurant, butter chicken. Eventually, they're gonna knock
it down.
Eventually.
I mean, the whole thing is, yeah, okay, I get it. Times change. Canada will eventually change. Everywhere will eventually change. What you used to know will no longer be, right? Dufferin used to be a whole farmland. Let's be honest, right? And that was probably as early as like what, 1930s?
Really? Okay.
That it was like farmland, 1800 something before, and then like 1930. So we've developed and come a long way over the years. But it's just the lack of development in other places. That's the part that I'm more concerned about. Like, why don't we make it easier for people to go and like use transit, whether it's via rail or like the metro or
like the GO train?
Yeah, the GO train or something.
But the Scarborough line is shut down forever. They had an accident. That line is done.
That's wild.
Condolences to people who got like hurt or injured, but like that blue line,
crazy,
is like finished. Like,
yeah, but it's like, and that's even something. Why aren't we maintaining what is working? We're not maintaining what's working.
But we don't got the money.
We're not developing it. We have the money. We got the money because we got the money to get $300 million to give to FIFA. So we got the money.
that number's crazy still.
And then
because I think they're gonna the way I see it, they're probably thinking of return on investment. But at the same time, I just don't know anymore with this world.
A lot of cities thought that with dealing with FIFA, but I don't.
I
I
mean,
think a
you.
lot didn't get return on investment,
Yeah, yeah. You should ask them how's it going now.
right?
I
Like,
mean, the assumed thing is, like you just make the numbers, right? How many seats are gonna be in the stadium? Per how many seats in the stadium? How much is the pricing for the tickets gonna be? What, 25, 80, 100 per seat? Especially if it's stacked in a tier. I think we can all get the numbers at that point. What we think it's gonna be.
Like
Nosebleeds tend to be like $25 to $40,
right.
right?
Like the trend's just not even up to par for that type of event. A FIFA event, it's not even up to par for that.
Like, what does one basketball game generate?
Depends. When Raptors were playing, I'm pretty sure like as we were getting closer and closer into and winning the championship, I'm pretty sure it got even more like I guess pandemonium or whatever. But with like soccer, football, that's like times 10. Especially if
But
yo the
that's
day
that's you know what? You're right. Still, never mind. This is FIFA, right? This is FIFA World Cup type thing they're going for.
World Cup FIFA. If Italy or Portugal touches road, no one's working that year. I'm telling you that right now.
No, sir, it's a
Every
fact.
business is gonna be
That's
closed,
fine.
and
No
you know
one's-
how many
That's a-
places have
nah,
Italian and Portuguese
Nah,
people?
you're gonna see.
Then no one's working that
Listen,
year.
you should have seen when it was. What was it? I don't know if it was World Cup or I don't know what it was. I forgot what it was. But bro, people stop. Like people stop work.
No, like it's shut down.
People
Yeah,
set their TV on. Set the TV on somewhere, and they're watching their team play, or they'll work and they'll watch. They'll watch and work.
right.
They don't rump.
Like the last one that passed, like as soon as the TV's on in the break room, it's over. Nobody that whole like month and it's over.
A 15-minute break is a
Okay.
35-minute break.
Okay, let me give you a number. Let me give you a number.
That's funny.
An average number. Okay? So we're saying FIFA, to build it up and do whatever, they're asking for 90 million, 300 million to actually develop and create this thing, right?
Right.
Saying that there's going to be 5 games. 5. This person said, for the NBA, yes, I understand numbers can fluctuate because this is a bigger deal, but for the NBA, for their games, on average, they make about 900,000 per game.
Like I said, man.
900,000, not even a million. 900,000.
That's a big deal. FIFA is like
Yes.
every 4 years
Yes. But they have 82 games in a year, in a
Right.
season.
in a season. Yeah.
So that means they make 73 million. That's still not 90 million.
That's crazy, man.
I just want that to be put in everyone's head.
And the contract's supposedly been signed already, so people are asking Chow to like, hey, can you make it transparent? Do we know what? I think they're
Just give me-
estimating like. What,
Here's the problem with you guys that voted for Chow. Has she ever been transparent?
whoa.
Have you heard the conversations when you this whole yo? I was gonna cuss, but I'm not going to. But the whole debate when people are talking to him, hey, what is your plan on this and this? Oh, yes, food, nice, yes.
Ah, I
The
cannot.
man she turned into freaking Pinky Doll
Pinky
on
doll.
the podium.
I cannot.
Who has 2 skin colors, by the way? I don't know if people know that. But
Like yes, no. Yeah, no, I like food. Yeah, yes, food. Yeah, community. Yes,
Okay.
community.
Wow.
Yes,
But again, think of it. Who are the people, audience-wise, who are actually tuned into politics? How many of them and what their income is like? And are they working and contributing to the community?
are they working? I don't want. Why does it make me laugh? Are they working?
yes.
Right?
It's
So who's voting?
most of the time it's boomers.
Who's voting?
Most of the time it's boomers. Yeah.
Exactly.
The good old boomers. Just Some of them lost in the sauce.
Listen to me. I'm already trying to get my life right because I feel Jesus is coming back. The more and more I've been seeing certain things, I'm like, all right, yo, I see where this world's going. You see what Doja Cat looks like and all these things? Yeah, I'm like, you know what?
I'm not
I see
shocked.
what's going on over
I'm
here.
not shocked at all.
She's
She
leaning.
looks like her teen self, to be very honest.
Oh.
So I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
I've learned to stay away from certain things and mind my own business.
Now, just finishing up this topic. I don't know what the future of Toronto is. I don't know what to tell you guys listening. I don't know. I don't know what the future of Canada is. I don't know. I think I'll be out of here by then.
I think that we're gonna have a lot of bubbles.
Like the only what do you say the strength of the GBT or the GDP
Yes.
is just housing. More majority of it's housing.
Housing and immigration.
And immigration. We don't.
Especially from school tuitions, post-secondary specifically.
Oh, you see.
Sorry.
And they charge how much? Times two?
3 times the amount.
Wait, it's 3 times now.
3 times the amount.
Holy.
As
Holy. It went from double to triple ish.
It's never been 2 times.
No, I swear.
It's 3.
Really?
Yes. Because
Wow.
think of it, housing for somebody who lives in Canada would be like what, $2,000, and then someone who's like immigrating in, it would be like $6,000
G's and P's
for their tuition on top of their tuition. So that times the amount of times that they would have to be residing there,
Right.
that is what they would have to pay.
G's and right. Yeah.
So they're really getting it off of that. So
And that's it.
that's the majority of where it's coming from. Housing.
Like login, okay.
Yep.
Oil, but it not as much.
I mean, what are we producing? Again, that goes back to we are not manufacturers. We are not manufacturing anything. We don't have a car. We don't have brands. If we do have a brand, we sell it as soon as it
All we
gets
do
good.
is take.
You
We
know,
just take.
we're
The brand gets run over. BlackBerry.
yeah. You know, we're not updating our actual information or technology. We don't have a Silicon Valley.
We sure don't. No.
You know, like we actually do
Silicon.
as much as we are promoting STEM learning for our youngsters, we do not actually have spaces for them to actually generate anything tech.
Oh.
What do we do and produce that is tech here? Nothing. Like, what? We have air and trees and lumber,
Wow.
and oil.
Syrup.
And mind you, the oil that we only have 3 channels of it anyways.
Like it's.
And fish. We don't even produce our own fish market.
We don't produce our own fish market.
We're right on the corner. We are surrounded by water. You would think that would be one of our specialties aside from trees.
Oh Lord.
That is. I don't know. Man.
I'm just saying. But okay. That goes back to show.
Like I said, I nickname this place sometimes Cold Australia.
I mean, even if we have winter, there's so many things that we could do in the winter. Listen, how many years and generations of Aboriginal people and their blessings and stuff like that they did and survived through winter that we could actually adopt and adapt into our system.
Wait, but didn't they have to leave Yellowknife because of a fire? Like everybody had to leave? I don't know if they can get back in there yet.
I don't know if they can get back there. I'm not aware of that.
That fire tore through that place.
But there's things that can be done, right? Like one thing that I believe, PETA does not, and honestly, no offense to anyone who is for it. I'm not speaking against in that way, but I'm saying, for Canada, PETA cannot really survive here because it is a part of the molding of Canada, and to survive because we have high levels of snow.
Right.
The synthetic processing of certain things
It's not realistic. Yeah.
is not. And we are not able to afford importing it at a rate that we can have it at.
We import a lot of things. Every fruit you see in the grocery store, but it sounds like spinach or spearmint or whatever.
Okay.
Like everything here is imported.
Yeah. Like if you guys
Like-
see a real moccasin, ooh, and you wear a real knitted sweater, listen,
You
listen.
like I don't.
If we started manufacturing the things that we actually produce and can produce here, world of a difference.
Our
That's
dollar would
one.
go up.
Dollar would go up.
Apparently, in 1 month, like the dollar lost 5%, 6%.
Yes.
Just blap. Just
Yes. To America.
like
See?
no, in general, like it just got weakened like that.
See, I don't even know.
This was-
All I
don't
know is
the
if you're
thing.
coming from the States and you come up to Canada, you're balling. That's all I know.
I mean,
But if you're from Canada going to the States, Lord, you ain't got no money.
but you know, it's a different time. I was thinking this, just to wrap up, like some of the immigrants that came here when housing was cheaper.
Yes.
You have to for some of you have to like work a corner store, but then you end up paying off a house.
Big deal though.
Yeah. But now, like right now, like you're coming in here,
You're not getting a corner store.
you're not getting a corner store,
Will you even get a bed?
buying a 1.5 million house. That's like back in like late 80s, 90s. It was like the ranges I heard from like speaking with like elders is from like 50K in a bad area and in a semi goodish area 175. But now like it's millions, even in the bad areas.
So here's my other
Like-
question. If our numbers are going up like this and
Like-
people are immigrating here because we seem to be the better place, does that mean that the rest of the world is actually way better than us?
I mean,
If they can afford to come here and live? If they're not on refugee status?
that's a good question. I don't know.
That seems like they would be able to afford it.
But I think what's happening now, information is being passed among like people immigrate and they go, yeah, just do your school here and just go back. That's this thing's gonna backfire greatly. Like they projected the numbers like $1 million a year, but I don't. Now once the word spreads out too much, I'm like, yeah, this place is it's a trap. Like I don't want to work. I'm gonna keep it gangster. Some people I can see them feeling away, being like, I don't want to be stuck working at Tim Hortons for life, Shoppers Drug Mart for life. I don't want to be stuck working the hardware stores for life. I don't want to be trapped in Rogers, Bell, and trapped meaning, yeah, you get paid like this, but then
There's
swipe,
nowhere to go,
you
yeah.
gotta pay grocery bills. Swipe, you gotta pay your rent. That's like 90% your pay gone.
Or
can't-
it's like max. That's the max you can make.
That's the max. You can't even think about afford to like paying down a house or anything like that, right? And then sometimes you gotta live with like roommates or what's the new thing we were talking about?
Yeah.
Paying $900 for a room,
For a room. Not even
not even the whole basement,
the whole thing.
A
Just the room.
one room.
You don't even have a kitchen, not even bathroom access. You gotta pay extra for that.
So no, I think some places are trying to be like, yeah, you want access to kitchen and bathroom, yeah, you gotta
Like that's crazy.
pay me another $300.
That means you're gonna have to have a microwave inside your room.
That's dangerous, first of all. Second of all, yeah, I don't know, man. It's getting cooked still.
Wild.
Like, hey, man. The advice, I know, like, the advice I'd give to you guys, see, moving out here doesn't make sense because even in the States, this is a worldwide problem, by the way. Housing is up, not just in Canada, but like every country you can think of. It's like vicious right now. Right? So, I don't know, man. You just have to hold on. Grab
Gotta
the bars.
be optimistic.
Gotta be optimistic. Because right now, like, this is kind of ugly still. You can see it in people's faces. Like we were talking about, like, people are more prone to road rage and people are just straight taking stuff at the store. You seen the footage where people would come in groups in the States and just be like, Nostrum, all right.
Yeah.
Come in
taking
and
it.
just taking everything
Even
off
the
rack.
Walmarts, the Targets, I don't even know where else. It's just like people are just
Burberry.
swiping,
There's a lot of swiping right now.
and it's like the Apple store. Just a lot of robberies. Like a lot. No, sorry, not robbery. There was no guns involved. Theft. There's a lot of
yeah.
theft.
Theft, yeah.
Gotta, say that correctly.
So what happened in like a recent trip to Yorkdale? Apparently, certain stores they only can allow to put one product at a time because what happened is the groups of people would just be like taking from. So it's hit Yorkdale too. I'm sure it's hit Eaton Center.
Yeah, or they monitor people coming into the store. So it's like 3 people maximum, and they all have to have an attendant.
Right? So,
Yeah, that's like Louis V, I think. Louis V and Chanel, I think they do that.
the gal don't be stealing at Chanel. The gal don't be stealing at Chanel.
Oh yeah. I mean, part of it I kind of feel like it is an experience thing where you have your own attendant. They come and it's like whatever it is that you're looking at, they will get it for you and assist you with it.
Right.
But then of course from the business perspective, it's like now we have control as to how you see our products, how often you interact with them, and we can monitor if you are in here and you're trying to leave with it. There's somebody close by that will actually be able to snatch it back if you try to send it.
Ooh, okay.
That
makes sense.
it's like protection of the products from the business perspective. So I get both sides. Yeah,
That
man.
kind of makes sense, man.
It's really that. It's really just, I think a lot of it comes down to I wish people were doing what they actually wanted to do.
Yeah, me included. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Actually, I'm doing half of it. I just need to get paid for it.
yeah, I don't think a lot of people want to be celebrities and they want to be stars, and there's only a handful of people who do, right? Some people want to be rich in silence. Rich in silence, I should say, or wealthy in silence.
Be silent.
Right?
Yeah, don't be.
But they just rather be doing what they want to do. Like the other day, I was talking to somebody. They're like, if I could just garden all day and produce produce and sell at at a market, they're like, I would rather do that for the rest of my life. And I was like, not a lot of people say that. They want to do agriculture because that's what that is.
Agriculture, yeah.
It's like that's their passion, to just harvest.
That'd be a cool thing if you get paid very well for a farmer, not just what they're paying some farmers now, but
Yeah.
like very well.
Just to do that.
Right.
Why not? But again, I don't think people are doing what they want or feel like in their heart they are passionate about.
Right.
Plus, I think that's the other thing too. Skills, because that was what that statement was also saying. I don't think we are developing our skills at a rate that we should in a variety of places.
Yeah.
How many people actually, and I think that also is the reason why a lot of stress is being induced in us younger people, is because we've lacked the exposure to skills that would help us. That's one. And two, that we are not actually applying any of the skills that we were maybe possibly taught if we were younger, and actually applying it and knowing how to use it in a routine.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
like,
what I think.
Like,
yeah. I think that also is part of the reason, why we're having so many issues. If you were taught how to cook and manage a home, for example, right? You know how to cook, you know how to clean, you know how to make sure everybody's out the door in 2 seconds. Say you're an older child or an only child. These are possible things that you would actually experience if your parents were on you. You get older, you're working for other people. You're not managing anything.
Yeah,
You have to take demands and responsibilities and all these other stuff and meet these things.
like the muscle. You're not working that muscle.
Exactly.
Right?
So say you've been so great at domestic affairs and being able to build and all these other stuff in that way and manage in that way. You going to work and you are now the person who is taking all the orders instead of managing. Maybe that's the thing. You're actually supposed to be managing because you're really good at it.
That part. I should be a manager at this point. I should be.
So
a lot of corrections need to happen.
yeah.
Like a lot of oh my goodness, man. I just want to say thank you guys for listening.
Yes.
And watching. Just plugs. Delnigiro, DELNIJIRO, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram.
You can find me at the Nerd Z on Instagram, TheNerdZZZ, and you can also check out my photography page at Triple Z Studio TO, which is ZZZ.STUDIOTO.
Also, our other co-host James, Jay Hunterville on Instagram. That's JHUNTERVILLE, and his Twitch gaming sessions at Lupistols. That's LUPISTOLS.
Yes,
I
I
think
think that
I
was
think
pretty
I think
good.
that's correct. Yeah. If you have any questions, concerns, or complaints, send it to askthevent@gmail.com. That's ASKTHEVENT@gmail.com.
Yes. And definitely continue.
Commenting, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
because we live to see these comments. We love them. We
some of you are
respond.
funny on there.
Yes, we do respond to them. And we do add some of them inside of the podcast and we talk about it. So continue.
Right. Continue about it, yeah.
Yes, engage. We love it.
This has been another episode of The Vent. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. You and your ears, your two ears.
Yeah, man.
Peace.